No money spent grinders, we have a lot to talk about with MLB The Show. Today in MLB The Show, we got a little bit of everything. There's Weekend Classic starting. We have the third inning XP reward path drop. There's new Cornerstone evolutions. There's our first May spotlight of the month. And of course, all those new additions come with all new rewards and new players and new cards. There's also new Conquest maps for the Miami Marlins and the Arizona Diamondback City Connects. And in the XP reward path, which we're about to break down, there's also a brand new 91 overall Matt Cain that you can unlock for free, a 2010 postseason card. But before we talk about the negatives, let's recap all the positives. The third inning XP boss pack. You're going to get those 3 evolution packs where you can get Jim Palmer, Justin Turner, or Ralph Kiner. All 3 of these cards have new player program drops, and those player evolution cornerstone programs are up to 90 overalls now. So we had 86s, then we had 87s, and we jump all the way up to 90 overall in the third drop. Moving along the XP reward path, you're just going to get headliners and standards till you get your second cornerstone at 70,000. And you're going to move yourself along. 135,000 is when you'll get the third and final. Then at 205,000, you'll get that Matt Cain. And at 245,000 XP is where you're going to get your first of the third inning XP boss pack packs. And this pack has Bernie Williams, Eric Gagne, and Trevor Story in it. Let me just start by saying Eric Gagne is going to be the most popular card from this pack that you see online. It's 92 overall, has a 105 hits per 9, 101 pitching clutch with a 5-pitch mix, good control. Very popular card in Diamond Dynasty. Trevor Story and Bernie Williams are both very popular names that have had very good cards over the year. This Trevor Story is 82-75 versus right, 103-100 versus left. Not bad, solid card. More of a platoon though, good defense, great speed. But at this stage in Diamond Dynasty and the current path and the amount of cards in the game, there's a lot of cards like this Trevor Story. And we're going to slide over to Bernie Williams, the 92 overall. Very similar stats, kind of a platoon. 90-65 versus right, 125-115 versus left though. I mean, this is one of the best left-handed smashers in the entire game. We already know Bernie Williams is a great swing. Like I said, fans in the Diamond Dynasty community love Bernie Williams. But this card with the 65 power versus right, you're most likely going to need a bench option for him if you're rocking with him in center. To take care of those right-handed relievers out of the bullpen later in games. Eric Gagne most likely going to be the popular choice out of this pack. You get your first pack at 245, you get your second pack at 400,000 XP, and then you can start re-rolling at 575,000 XP. Along with the 3 new Cornerstone evolutions that got added to the game, there's also the first spotlight for May. We have finished the April spotlight player of the month stuff. Now we have our first May spotlight, and it is Kyle Stowers. In the program, you're going to be able to unlock a couple of Tops Now cards. This 88 Kyle Manzardo has 94-90 power, 88 Zach Agnes with a 111 hits per 9. Really good month for pitching in Diamond Dynasty. Most of these pitching cards are hitting hard. The 45-star pack in this program will give you one of the May spotlight players. We'll take a look at these. You have Gunnar Hoglund, the 88 overall starting pitcher. You have the 88 overall Daniel Schneemann, second baseman, 95-103 against right. And you got Jake Mayers, pretty balanced hitting stats. More of a defensive card, though. Bailey Ober is the spotlight pitcher in this pack, 91 hits per 9, 104 pitching clutch with the 5-pitch mix. And then Michael Garcia, the Kansas City Royal utility player, primary third baseman, can play pretty much anywhere in the field. Pretty good hitting stats until you get to the power versus left. And like I've noted, there seems to always be at least one attribute that's nuked with all of the no money spent content. Now sliding over to these Conquest maps, like I said, we got the 2 new City Connect maps with the Marlins and the Diamondbacks, and they're just in the shapes of the team logos. It's got to play 3 strongholds. This has only been out for a couple of minutes, so I'm not sure where any of the hidden rewards are. Can't help you there, but there will be some hidden packs on these maps as you play through. I just found a hidden pack. There you go. Right there's a standard pack. Hidden pack number 2. I'm just getting my free packs before I even play. No, don't mind me. Now the Weekend Classic has started. If you haven't made World Series, like myself, I've only played a couple games this season. We're sitting at 764, knocking on the door for World Series. I'm going to be knocking out my Weekend Classic and World Series at the same time. But overall, I would like to note it does seem like they've taken a lot of the ball and as a habit packs out of the rewards for Weekend Classic. So the Weekend Classic rewards have come down slightly from last season. Just a note. And now, last but not least, as you already know, anytime there's a big content drop like there is today, there's also packs that go into the store. First and foremost, there's a Mother's Day pack you can get for free. Just go to the store, redeem it, bang, you can claim it for free just like that. I'm going to open this one right here on video so you guys can see it. It just gives you a bunch of equipment that you can use on your team. There's a Mother's Day bat skin, Mother's Day socks, and a Mother's Day banner that you can equip to your account. But we also have a new chase pack and a new May Spotlight pack. We already went over the Spotlight pack, which has those tops now and Spotlight rewards. There's also the chase pack 9 Willie Castro, 93 overall, 116, 125 contact, 86, 83 power with the maxed out 125 clutch, 81 speed, 88 arm strength, shortstop with third base as a secondary. This card is gross, and this is exactly where I have a problem. Well, as a Cat Williams once said,
"Did you know that I can see you?"
Like, we can see what you guys are doing. This is. Let me just start by saying, over the last month in this game, most of the no money spent content is good. The best cards that have come out are this Willie Castro, the previous chase pack, the 92 overall Yordan Alvarez, or how about the previous chase pack, the switch hitter Brian Reynolds. Perception is reality, perspective is reality. I don't know the saying, but what I do know is it doesn't matter how much content you put in this game, a little bit, medium bit, or in my opinion, a day like today is a lot. This is a lot of content, and this is a lot of cool stuff. You take the fun out of it. You suck a little bit of the fun out of it when you do this, because perspective is reality. I know what you're doing. You nuked and nerfed so many of these no money spent cards in one area. You pulled the power all the way down here, or you upped the durability to make sure that the overall was where it was, even though the hitting stats aren't that great. And you do that to the free cards, but then when it comes to the chase packs and the cards that you got to collect stuff for, people will swipe the debit card for. Now suddenly we're going to put that durability at 79, drag the stealing all the way down to 0 so that we can juice the contact and the power and make people want to buy this card. This should not be the best card that came out today. I know this isn't everyone, but I do know that it is a lot of people, and I am in a majority with this overall opinion. You take the fun out of all the free stuff. Was though now for the rest of the night while I'm grinding all of this other content, I know in the back of my head that the best card that came out today is 150k on the marketplace, and I gotta buy it. I'm someone that plays this game enough and makes enough stubs, no money spent, that I'm gonna be able to get them and play with them. Most people don't play the game enough to have those stubs just floating around in their account all the time. And I have always been an advocate that, I mean, you see people running through World Series with silver and gold teams. It is not pay to win, but pay to have the fun cards, the best cards. That's not good either. That's just as bad as pay to win. Pay to participate, pay to win. No matter how you got to write it down or mold it, this is not good. And I said this last year and the year before with sets and seasons. No matter how you structured sets and seasons, as long as you're loading up the spotlight packs in the store and nuking the tops now cards in the content drops, it's going to ruin the fun. Now we see them taking similar angles here this year, even with the power creep. Hard for me to sit here and defend the company and say, oh, well, we went lower overalls this year. They got rid of sets and seasons. There's a power creep now. That's why a lot of these cards are little men. They got to bring the stats down. But then you drop stuff like this, and it's like, oh, wait, maybe they can. I'm just saying. Now, I will say, this Willie Castro is going to be absolutely disgusting. It reminds me of all of those good Ketel Marte cards over the year. In fact, this card almost looks like a carbon copy of some of those throwback Ketel Marte cards when he first started bursting with the Diamondbacks. This card is going to be, like, I'm talking prime Nico Goodrum. If you know, you know. This Willie Castro is going to be a goon. But he's already 330,000 subs on the marketplace. And as that price comes down, because it will, more people will pull him, more people will buy him, and that will bring the price down. He's going to settle in at a decent range. I mean, these other chase pack cards are still going for well over 100k. Most no money spent people are still working on Beltron, man. They can't just go grabbing these dudes. And let me just say, I'm not saying I have any issue with there being some cards in the game that are just super rare and expensive and hard to get. But most important thing here is when you put those cards in the game on the same day as 40 no money spent cards, there can't be a noticeable gap. It's like, again, the Cat Williams meme.
Did you know that I can see you?
Perception is reality. I don't know. Maybe I'm overreacting. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. This was a wild day. I got a lot of content pre-recorded because I knew Weekend Classic was coming up. You got Pack Squads tomorrow and Sunday, and then I'm about to record some Weekend Classic content as well. So there's probably going to be gameplay in every video over the next like 5 or 6 days. I don't know. I got 150K in my bankroll right now and a decent amount of packs, but I'm thinking I might do a pack and play. I think once I make World Series, I might do a pack and play on Legend just to see. I know this was a shorter video, but I wanted to recap all of the content and really just give my general thoughts on it. This was a great, if you take the chase pack out of the game, I'd say the content was probably like a B- on the day. There's not that many like cards that are really going to make or break your team, but there are some really good platoons that I'm sure a lot of people will mix into their teams, and that Gagne card is really good. And of course, the Spotlight cards you're going to be able to save for later, and they'll lead to more content later. And you do want to get this stuff done because there will be collections and stuff that you're going to be able to knock out with them in the future. But overall, not the greatest content drop today in terms of cards and making your squad. But then, you know, the salt in the wound was them going, oh, hey, here's one really good card, though. It's in a chase pack. It's like you just did the same thing with Carlos Santana the other day, where the flashback retro lightning was better than the regular lightning, and that card's more expensive because you need all the cards that were in the packs. It's just, we can see what you're doing, and I think that's just what makes it worse. Like, we're not dumb. We see what you're doing. It's intentional, and that's the part that kind of ruins it. On top of it, I don't know. I've said it already. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Weekend Classic. We're getting after it. I don't get negative on here too often, but I would like to see improvements over the next month. This was the last 3 weeks, I would say, were a dip down compared to the opening month. And I'd like to see them go back up heading into the All-Star break. Because one thing is for sure, with the power creep, despite everything that's happening right now, when them All-Star content comes out this year and they break the barrier and they start dropping goons in this game, it is going to be a lot of fun again for another like month or two. Give us something to do until then, man. Spice it up. Let's go.